I'm Kathryn Cook. I am 26 years old.
No, she doesn't know.
Okay, I'm 26 years old. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I was diagnosed with Non-hodgkins lymphoma. It all started in April of 2012 when I was feeling super fatigued. I realized that one day I started getting short of breath and I started to get a cough. And whenever I got a cough, it always took forever to go away. So I thought, oh my gosh, now I have to go into an insecure care doctor to get rid of this cough because I know it's going to take forever to go away. And they redid some blood tests and I had a CT scan done. And later that night, the doctor came in and he said, you know, we were hoping this was mono, but according to your CT scan, this is not mono, this is either leukemia or lymphoma. And since it was such a shock at first, I just sat there and thought in my head, oh my gosh, that means cancer, right? That's cancer. Yeah, that's cancer. In the midst of all this shock, a significant part of being able to go through cancer was when my brother called and he had told me not to go to the bitter barn. And I knew at that moment that I had a choice to make. If I was either going to be bitter or better. It's so easy to have so much hatred towards what you're going through. But I have found that through my experience looking at it, trying to look at things in a positive light and be as positive as I could be, is when I noticed the little miracles that happened throughout this journey. How I viewed remission, I was super excited because I thought, I'm on the up and up. Things are going to get better. I'm not going to have any issues. Things can just go back to normal. And I was about a month later after remission, I was hit with pneumonia. And that was almost the worst part for me, because it was then that I realized that it isn't just going to be up and up from here. You're still going to be struggling a little. And I was given a drug to treat the pneumonia, and I had an allergic reaction to it where I had this red itchy rash all over my body. It was just really hard for me to cope with, because I thought, why is this happening to me? I already just went through a traumatic thing. I should be done. This shouldn't be going on. I started to go to the bitter barn. I started to be really, really mad. Before cancer, I was super active. I would go boating a lot, wakeboarding. I'd go down to Moab, Utah a lot. I remember thinking that I was at the peak of my physical abilities. I work out a lot and I go to the gym and I was active, and I just remember during cancer, I lost a ton of my strength, which was really hard for me. I distinctly remember one time I was in my parents' office room. My niece had been asleep, but I went in there and I knelt down to pick her up, and I couldn't do it. And I felt like I was literally stuck on the ground. And I almost just started crying because I thought, this is so ridiculous. I am 23 years old and I shouldn't have to ask somebody to help me stand up. I have a love of children, and not being able to pick up my niece, on my own was a struggle at that moment for me. So my perception post-cancer, it's still hard to this day, because I sit there and think, okay, you know what? I'm going to have my strength back like I did then. And the reality of it is I don't think I ever will. That's one thing that I still need to remind myself, that I need to accept myself how I am now. And if I don't ever get my strength back, I need to be okay with that. After treatments, when I started going to the gym again, I remember that running on the treadmill was really hard in the beginning. The first time that I was able to run a half-mile straight, I literally started crying in the gym, and people probably thought I was crazy, but I literally started crying because I just thought, oh my gosh, I can do this. This is something that I just did, and it was an accomplishment for me at that point. And it made things, it was like a miracle almost. I had to learn very quickly not to be selfish. I started putting others' needs before my own. And also being able to exercise to know that I still have abilities. I'm still capable of doing things. My life's not over. I can continue on and enjoy my family and just to be able to enjoy what's ahead of me in life. I am Kathryn Cook. I had non-hodgkins lymphoma, and I embraced my new normal by being active, serving friends and family, and not going to the bitter barn.